Thank you all for making it this far. Before we jump in, I have the very special honor of welcoming Tanatswa Hamatsaripi to the stage. Tanatswa is a student at Cornell College whose commitment to action is art agency. Because many African countries rely on foreign aid for basic needs, individuals and communities don't have access to many personal and professional development programs. In Zimbabwe, in particular, financial constraints in public schools means that performing arts are not prioritized. The creative skills that could be nurtured from such programs and employment opportunities for drama teachers, for example, are severely limited. Art Agency seeks to give the opportunity to all students in Zimbabwe to experience and benefit from performing arts education. Art Agency programs train students to teach performing arts, lead in arts fields, and promote arts education in their communities. This commitment to action works with high-achieving, low-income students, those who've been homeless or in trouble with the law. The results? Communities with art programs thrive, and students have new opportunities to expand their horizons and invest in their futures. This commitment to action uses art and leadership as a means to promote community agency and lasting social change. Please join me in congratulating Tanatswa and their commitment to action. Congratulations. Amazing. Thank you so much, Tanatswa. I am a huge fan of art and performance as a form of social change, but it's hard, right? I mean, we all live incredibly busy lives, and we've all got a lot of balls in the air. I mean, we are constantly making decisions about our careers, our majors, and our lives. And sometimes we go back and forth on these decisions, wondering which way is the right way. And sometimes we think we're moving forward, and sometimes we feel like we're moving a little backwards, or like we're going around and round in circles. And sure, sometimes we find ourselves in a big mess. And other times it's not quite as bad or as hard as we thought at first glance. Nevertheless, life will feel awkward at times. We'll drop the ball, maybe all three. But we always promise to pick them back up and surprise ourselves. Juggling, like life, is pretty unpredictable and messy. So for how many of you is your commitment to action your first business venture, first social movement that you're leading, or first company that you're starting? Most of you. I want you to close your eyes for a minute and think back to the initial moments when you were starting this venture. What was going through your mind? What worried you? What were the things that you realized you needed to learn to make your commitment a success? Okay, you can open your eyes. How many of you felt some kind of doubt in those initial moments? Like, I can't be the one to do this. I have a lot of skills to learn, or a lot of people to meet, a lot of things to do before you could be successful. Well, we've all been there. I was there in 2016 when I started my commitment to action. I started a healthy chocolate company, and as a student, I had no idea what I was doing, from accounting to sales to designing packaging to starting a food company. Sometimes we see an exciting opportunity ahead and we freeze up, and we tell ourselves, how can we do this? And sometimes we don't even ask how we can do it, we just tell ourselves that we can't. So I want to prove to you today that you can do all the things that you need to do to make your commitment a success. And the key ingredient is your mindset. So raise your hand if you know how to juggle 3 balls. Amazing, we have 1. Maria, you're going to be our helper. If you haven't figured it out yet, we are going to be juggling together. I first learned how to juggle 10 years ago, and I fell in love with it. Since then, I've brought juggling to some pretty unusual places, to my dorm room with my friends, to job interviews, to the C-suite of a Fortune 500 company. Yes, I've juggled with CEOs. And on this journey, I've learned how juggling can benefit just about anyone. Juggling is amazing for 4 reasons. 1, it's good for you. It's healthy for your brain. It's good for your body. 2, juggling is good for your peers. When you're juggling and learning how to juggle, you drop the ball quite often, and doing so allows you to be vulnerable and deepen trust with those around you. 3, juggling is fun and enjoyable. Helps you relax, makes you smile, even laugh. And 4, the one you might not believe, is that juggling is easy to learn. And more importantly, what juggling does is it teaches you that you've already learned how to learn. Juggling activates your growth mindset. So the key to learning how to juggle is to be willing to drop the ball. You can't learn to catch the ball if you're not willing to throw it. And if you're not willing to throw it because you think you're going to drop it, your learning curve is going to be quite steep. So before we get started with the more formal part of our workshop, I'd like to invite you all to stand up, come over to this side of the stage, grab 3 balls. These are going to be the 3 balls that you're working with today, and you get to take them home. So please come grab them and join me on stage when you have 3 balls in your hand. All right, come on. Spread out. Take up all the space you need on stage. Okay, so what we're going to do on stage right now is get really comfortable with the one thing you need to learn how to juggle, and that's dropping the ball. So I want everyone to take 3 balls in both your hands, and on the count of 3, we're going to throw them up in the air and not catch them on purpose. So let them fall flat on the ground just like they will a million times when you are learning how to juggle. Is everyone ready? All right. 1, 2, throw. All right. I want you all to stop and look at the balls on the ground and take a mental image, a picture of these balls. Let these be a reminder of all the times that you are allowed to drop the ball, that you're allowed to mess up. This is part of the journey. Gravity is here to stay, and your balls will fall on the ground, whether it's a metaphor or whether it's real-life juggling. So without further ado, grab your 3 balls back. Make your way back to maybe just the lower level of the stage on the carpet in the front here. Spread out, make sure you have lots of room. And we are going to go through a simple 3-step process and all learn how to juggle together. So, are y'all ready to exercise your growth mindset? Yeah? Are y'all ready to learn how to juggle? All right. So, before you throw the ball, I want you all to imagine in front of you a blank canvas. This is the canvas you're going to be painting on. Your juggling balls are your paintbrushes. So step 1 is to learn the toss. This is the throw that you're going to use for all 3 throws when you're juggling. So perfecting this is key. So the first throw, just a little bit over your forehead. On the canvas, it goes to one corner of the canvas and falls gently back into your hands. So start tossing back and forth. I invite you all to practice this now. You're going to want to perfect this. This is the easiest step, but you're going to want to make it perfect because all 3 throws are going to look just like this when we start adding them. All right. We can play a little bit more music, a little bit higher. Okay. Wow, we got some really fast learners here. So, again, feel free to drop them. We're ready for step 2. Step 2, make sure you have 2 balls, 1 in each hand. And the pattern you're going to practice here is toss, toss, catch, catch. So 1 throw after the other to each corner of the canvas. When the first ball reaches its highest point, that's when it signals you to throw that second ball. So toss, toss, catch, catch. Everyone, give it a try. Toss, toss, catch, catch. All right, looking good. Yes, you are meant to drop it. All right, a lot of you have already mastered step 2, which is amazing. We're flying through the steps. So we're going to have tons of time to practice and perfect this together. So step 3, if you couldn't guess, uses 3 balls. So I want you to grab 2 balls and put them in your dominant hand and 1 in your non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, put 2 balls in your right hand and 1 in your left hand. So Step 3 is really similar to step 2. It's kind of toss, toss, catch, catch, only you've got to force yourself to throw that third ball. It's a little uncomfortable, and you've got to lean into the discomfort, because I get it. There are 3 balls here, and you only have 2 hands, so the math really doesn't add up, and that's why you have to force yourself to throw that third ball. So it just takes a little bit of doing, and before you know it, you have a nice symmetrical cascade. So I invite you all to give this a try and be very willing to drop the ball. All right, I'm seeing some improvement. This is pretty impressive. Just remember that dropping the ball is kind of the point, and so a lot of you are getting that really well. Okay, one after the other, throwing each ball, basically passing each ball to the other hand. All right. Well, in just 5 or so minutes, all of you have learned how to juggle. That doesn't mean that you can juggle just yet, but you are getting really darn close, and I'm already so proud of you all. So first of all, put the balls down, and please give yourself a huge round of applause for learning how to juggle. All right, I invite you all to take your seat. We are going to have plenty of time to juggle this weekend, today, but I kind of want to walk you guys through what just happened as you were learning exactly how to juggle. So when you look back at a time when you exercised a growth mindset, think about what those times of challenge have taught you and what they could teach others. So I'm not an expert, but every time that I juggle, I'm truly just an amateur juggler, but every time that I learn or teach others how to juggle, and every time that I juggle myself, each step reminds me of this wild journey that you all are embarking on to launch your social impact initiatives. The first, learning the toss or expecting gravity. If you look at the path of the ball, it goes up and it comes down. Our journeys look just like that for our entire lives. There are lots of ups and lots of downs. So first and foremost, expect gravity. When you're learning step 2, kind of gets uncomfortable because you have to throw that second ball even though you were just learning to only throw one. Step 2 is about taking chances. Even if you think you're going to drop the ball, you have to do it and take the chance anyway. And the third step to complete the cascade is leaning into the discomfort. 3 balls, 2 hands. So in life, you'll find yourself in all of these places of discomfort, and you have to lean into it. Step 1 teaches us that gravity is temporary. And step 3 teaches us to pick up the ball and keep going. So I hope that you've all enjoyed getting a taste for my passion, which is juggling. I take this everywhere I go. And I'm so excited that you all get to take juggling home. And I hope that you'll practice. Because juggling is not only a great way to expand your growth mindset, juggling serves as a reminder that you can do anything. You came in here not knowing how to juggle, and now you learned how to juggle. So for this weekend, for today, for beyond, I invite you all to ask, what are the skills that you need to learn for your commitments? What are the connections you need to make? They might make you nervous because you don't know how to do them just yet, but eventually, with a growth mindset, you will. So why don't we take maybe 5 to 15 minutes and all juggle together a little bit more. I'm going to walk around and we're going to help each other, but I invite you all to stand back up. We're going to cue up some music, and we're going to perfect our juggling together. All right. Okay.
Getting Introverted can't make friends. Pray for better days, now it's 300K when my day ends. Do you remember last night? Cause I blacked out. In an all-white dress with her back out. Said be careful with her heart cause it's fragile. And thinking about her past make her lash out. See with me it ain't no worries at all. Any problem I be there in one call. If we locked in, you my dog. Finna you hang pictures on my wall. Roll one, let's get high tonight. Backseat, Maybach, lavish life. Chilling with the stars like a satellite. AP on my arm and it's shining bright.
Living in the haze, staying in the shade. All I do is sit around and wait for better days. I could use a break. Can I get an amen? All I do is sit around and wait for better days. Sit around and wait. Better days. I can't use a break. Better dance my ass off. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. Been there, done that, messed around. I'm having fun, don't put me down. I'll never let you sweep me off my feet. I won't let you in again. The messages I've tried to send, my information's just not going in. Burning bridges shore to shore, I break away from something more. I'm not turned on to love until it's cheap. Been there, done that, messed around. I'm having fun, don't put me down. I'll never let you sweep me off my feet. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be I won't let you turn around and tell me now I'm much too proud to walk away from something when it's dead. Do your dirty words come out to play when you are hurt? There's certain things that should be left unsaid. Tick, 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 tick on the watch, and life's too short for me to stop. Oh, baby, your time is running out. I won't let you turn around and tell me now I'm much too proud. All you do is fill me up with doubt. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that if you can't be right, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. When I'm away from you, I miss your touch. You're the reason I believe in love. It's been difficult for me to trust, and I'm afraid that I'ma f it up. Ain't no way that I can leave you stranded, cause you ain't never left me empty-handed. And you know that I can't live without you. So baby, stay. I'll be f***ed up if you can't be right here. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay, yeah. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I need you to stay, need you to stay.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets ricochet. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice, sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose.
When I was a young boy living in the city, all I did was run, 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 run. Staring at the lights, they look so pretty. Mama said, son, 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 you're gonna grow up, you're gonna get old. All that glitter don't turn to gold. But until then, just have your fun. Boy, run, 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 run. Yeah, run, run, run. Run, run, run. When I was a young kid living in the city, all I did was pay, 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 pay. And every single dime that good Lord give me, I can make it last 3, 4, 5 days. Living it up, but living down low, chasing that luck before I get old. And looking back, oh, we had some fun. Boy, run, 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 run. They tell you that the sky might fall. They'll say that you might lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. Run, run, run. Yeah, one day will the sky might fall. Yeah, one day I could lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. If I learn one lesson, count your blessings up to the rising sun. And run, run, run. Run, run, run. Didn't get everything that I wanted, but I got what I need. Yeah, yeah, I see that light in the morning shining down on me. So take me up high, take me down low, bear it all in, somebody knows. But until then, let's have some fun. Yeah, run, 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 run. They tell you that the sky might fall. They'll say that you might lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. And run, run, run. Yeah, one day will the sky might fall. Yeah, one day I could lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. If I learn one lesson, count your blessings up to the rising sun. And run, run, run. Run, run, run. Yeah, run, run, run. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. Yeah, if I learn one lesson, count your blessings up to the rising sun. Yeah, run, run, run.
All right. Well, y'all like totally impressed me. I've taught at this point literally thousands of people how to juggle. And it's always a different process with everyone, but you all took that like chance, and I'm super impressed. I saw people actually getting full cascades from not having any juggling. I think Alexis got like 20 catches at this point. So y'all are absolutely crushing it. So how many of you came in here not knowing how to juggle? Okay, like 95% of the crowd. How many of you at least know how to juggle at this point, or feel pretty good? In theory, okay, on paper, right? How many of you got a couple of like full catches in? Yes. Oh, that's so impressive. How many of you will take your balls home and practice? Awesome. So juggling for me is honestly better than a coffee break. I mean, it's when I need to think something through and I need my brain to just zone out, I start juggling. And when you like get on autopilot with juggling, you can just kind of zone out into space. You can look around, you can walk around, you can take phone calls while you do it. Like people will hear this sound pattering in the background on my phone calls. But for me, juggling is just the most peaceful way to think through and solve problems. And it consistently builds gray matter in your brain, which is an early prevention tactic for preventing Alzheimer's. So if nothing else, juggling is actually really good for your brain. But it's also just a really healthy reminder that we all drop the ball, and in order to keep juggling, you've got to pick it back up. So I encourage you all to take your balls home and practice every day. That would make me so happy. I encourage you all to take an extra set of 3 balls and give it to your favorite CGI U participant, and encourage them to learn how to juggle and maybe even teach them yourselves. But please make sure that you take an extra set with you on your way out and share and spread the juggling love. And thank you all so much for indulging me on that, for learning, and for teaching your peers. So thank you. I believe, since we're coming to the close of CGIU's full day of programming, almost, CGIU would like to encourage you to take a survey. It's like a 3-minute or less survey. If you scan this QR code with your phone and you put in the code CGIU 2023, no spaces, you'll access the survey, and CGIU would really appreciate if you could submit your feedback. So maybe just take the next 3 minutes to do that. I'll walk around and we can chat all things juggling and life and CGIU, and we'll just play music and hang out for the next couple of minutes before we leave. So thanks again, everyone.